Rozmawiamy dużo o wodorze na poziomie polskim, ale cała Unia Europejska szykuje się do przejścia na wodór. Za chwilę o to, jak wyglądają prace na poziomie unijnym, zapytam mojego gościa. A ze mną w studio Jorgo Chatzimarkakis, CEO Hydrogen Europe. Hello.
Hello. Cześć.
Cześć. Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
What are the main challenges Europe faces in scaling up hydrogen technologies, and how does Hydrogen Europe plan to address them?
Well, basically it's demand. When you have somebody who buys your hydrogen, you will find a producer, because the producing companies are very matured, so the technology is there. But at the moment the price for hydrogen is too high. And even in companies where you need it, like in Poland, it's refinery fertilizers, the price is so high that companies would say, we don't do it. So you need to help these companies to bring down the gap of the price by, we call it contract for difference. And after a while, the price will definitely go down. But this overcoming hen and egg, chicken and egg problem. This is the problem. And if you help demand, everything will be easy. And that's what Hydrogen Europe tries to do also in Poland.
In the context of Europe 2030 climate targets, what key projects or initiatives is Hydrogen Europe pursuing to accelerate the adoption of hydrogen as a clean energy source?
So basically, with regards to 2030, the legislation says that all the countries, including Poland, need to exchange grey hydrogen, so hydrogen that comes from fossil bases, by green hydrogen, 42%. That's very difficult, especially in Poland, where you have not too many sources of renewable electricity.
Yeah.
So this is why we as Hydrogen Europe try also to bring into the game storage, because Poland is maybe #1 country in storage. You have salt caverns and hydrogen can be stored there. Other countries like Denmark or Netherlands have a lot of hydrogen production, no storage. So if Poland could give this asset and say, hey, we want to contribute to this by selling our storage capacity, there you go. But honestly, we need a Polish government to say, yeah, we want to negotiate that. That's the problem at the moment. And also, the law at the moment is not open for storage. We need to open it, but we need the Polish government to support it, and that's what we're doing.
What are the most promising sector for hydrogen integration in Europe, and why?
So, the most promising sectors are always the ones that need hydrogen immediately. So, fertilizer, Group Azoty, refining, Orlen, Lotos. All these companies are already using hydrogen to a high extent, and they are the most promising.
Mm-hmm. But they use grey hydrogen.
They use grey hydrogen, and even worse, when the gas connection to Russia was cut, because grey hydrogen comes from gas, and Poland was importing fertilizers from Russia immediately. So for Group Azoty, it was really bad. And this is why we need to change our value chain, our supply chain and value chain, to go for production in Europe of ammonia, which is the basis of fertilizer, but to do the last mile here in Poland. So Group Azoty will keep the jobs, but the ammonia doesn't come from Russia based on methane, but comes from other parts of Europe and possibly also from Poland. Poland has also strong assets in pyrolysis. Yeah. Pyrolysis is a process where you can heat up molecules from plastic waste, from municipal waste, to a very, very high temperature, and then split the molecule into hydrogen, which is clean hydrogen, and carbon solid. Here Poland also can play a big, big role, and I see a lot of windows of opportunities for Poland.
Oh, that's right. How is Hydrogen Europe working with EU institutions to shape policies that support the development and deployment of hydrogen technologies?
So first of all, we work closely with our national associations, because we are an association ourselves with more than 600 members, but roughly 50 are representing the regions, and other 30 are representing national associations, including the Polish Hydrogen Association. So we are working together with them to align our positions, to make sure that Hydrogen Association in Poland says similar things as Hydrogen Association in France or in Czech Republic. That's one thing. But the other thing is that we try to directly also approach policymakers. That's the main point. We understand what is needed for the hydrogen ramp up in Europe, and we discuss directly with, of course, European Commission, but also Polish ministers. So Mr. Podesta, who is the vice minister, but we met each other in Brussels, we meet each other here. It's extremely important to directly address what is needed to ramp up this crucial sector for Europe.
Okay. Thank you, Jorgo, for conversation.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Moim Państwa gościem na Net Zero Energy był Jorgo Chatzimarkakis, CEO Hydrogen Europe.